everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be going through a few of the builds that I've been working on recently in Pokopia. So I've been doing all of these builds live on my stream. I stream every morning at 9 AM Eastern on weekdays and sometimes on weekends as well. So please check it out if you're interested. The way that I work is a bit more like I kind of do one thing at a time and I do one small thing here, one small thing there, and then try to find a way to like put them together. So today I'm just going to go through 4 or 5 of the things that I've built recently and go through how I built them and any little tricks that I picked up along the way. Before we start, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see from me, and I hope you enjoy the video. So first up here in Pallet Town, I've got a little cafe that I originally had built for Sylveon. So I've got a deck out front with a few little seating areas here, got the tea set there. I really like doing the flowers like this. So this is the upper round pillar with just flowers put on top, and I think this looks really nice. So I kind of put these all over the builds. With the glossy awning there at the top as well, I like to alternate between like a solid color and then a pattern that sort of matches, and I think it gives like quite a nice effect. This is made using, these are just the wooden bridge planks dyed white and the vents dyed white, concrete steps also dyed white there. So you can see it's the confectionery wall, lower, middle, and then upper part there, and then in the middle there it's the bubble print. Put some pink tulips or the pink cute flowers out front. Inside here, you can see under the door, I've actually used the power transmitters. I often put these like under the door here because then you don't really see them. This was one of the earlier things that I worked on, so it doesn't actually have... When I made this, I didn't have all the blueprints or didn't have access to every single thing. But I really just wanted to do like a cute sort of like pink and blue cafe that matched Sylveon's color scheme. Put a few things on the walls. I've used the resort lights there. I put some bunting. To do the bunting like this, you kind of have to do 2 sets. Do one of them with the middle part dyed pink and one of them with the middle part dyed white. So you can't just do like 1 set and put it all over. You have to do 2 sets. There's a counter here at the front with a few little items on it. I really like the wall table, the wall mounted table. And as you can see, I've just sort of dyed all the furniture in pink and blue. For the counter here, so these are just countertops and then one of the wall mounted tables there in the middle. So with the counters, the registers, when you put the register on, any free space will be used as a shop if any of the Pokemon set up shop there. So I put like the clipboard and the cake and the lamp here, which means that will just stay there fixed. And then when a Pokemon comes here to set up shop, they'll just put 1 item on this little space here, which was meant to be like a, you know, like a folding door kind of thing. But I don't mind that. So sometimes they come in here and they set up shop. One thing is if you do pick up any of the items, once you've created the working the register habitat, if you pick up the item, you can't put it back down because the space will be used for the shop. So if you pick it up, you have to pick up the register and then put the item back down and then the register back down. Back here, there's just a few items, you know, fridge, calendar on the wall, the bread oven, and it's the dining cabinet there, dyed pink and white. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this room. So Sylveon was living here. Oh, I put a little welcome mat there as well. Sylveon was living here, but I'm actually going to do another house for Sylveon as part of a big like evolution town that I'm working on. So I'm going to have Sylveon move out. I don't know who should move in here, so let me know what you think. I was thinking maybe Blissey. I already have a shop for Ordino, and this would also be a nice place for Ordino because of the colors, but Ordino already has a place. So anyway, let me know what you think. So over here next, I'm still in Pallet Town. I built this little sort of seating area. I made a little sort of telescope here using an iron pillar, a pipe on top, and then there are actually lights on either side of the pipe as well. So I wanted it to look like sort of a tourist telescope sort of thing. But I wanted to show this building here, which is Professor Oak's lab. So I made this using just the wooden. So this is the wooden pillar, lower and middle. And then the Pokemon Center trim there at the top to get that sort of line going all the way around. And then I think it's just plaster walls there in the other spaces. All dyed in, all the wood parts are all dyed in blue. Some gravel out here out front. When you go inside, I mean, this room is really meant to be modeled on Professor Oak's lab from the original Pokemon Red and Blue. So the lab itself is like really simple. There's the space here where you pick your Pokemon. There's a sort of a test tube test chamber thing over here. In the original games, there's actually nothing in these spaces here. So I tried to just put in a few things that I thought would match. Put a little sofa and table set there, some plants around. And then I thought about it being like a little like waiting room, you know, when you come into the lab. The Pokeballs here, obviously they look massive, but like these are the Pokeballs that are available. And inside I've got a leaf, a candle, and a bottle of water to signify the three starter Pokemon. And then a few just little knickknacks around, you know, computers and papers and things that you would find in a lab usually. I do have Mewtwo living in here. This building is too big to be a habitat itself, but I've made some smaller, you can make smaller habitats within them. So this here is a habitat, like the boxes up there on top of the equipment. And I have Mewtwo living there, but the problem is Mewtwo is too big to fit through a 2x2 door. So if you try to actually like guide Mewtwo in or out of this building, it can't fit. So I think I'm going to move Mewtwo out and put somebody else in here, but I'm not sure. Maybe the Kanto starters, or maybe we just don't have anybody. I'm not sure. Again, let me know what you think about who should live here. I have a few power transmitters in the ceilings. I think I've got 2 power transmitters in the ceilings and a mini generator up there as well. There isn't a lot of things that I need. I think maybe it's 2 mini generators in here because a mini generator can only power, I think, 4 devices. So I have the lights as well as like the computer screen here powered. So maybe I've got 2 generators up there. I tend to, when I was building things before, I would like hide a lot of the mini generators around, but then I learned there's a limit to how many mini generators you can put in each map. So I've tried to avoid using them now, and I'm trying to build more windmills and furnaces and water wheels to get the builds powered. But for this one at the moment, it's just the mini generators, and you also need it to power the door as well. But yeah, so from far away, I think it looks quite nice. I kind of wanted to do a little more decoration around the front. I haven't got around to that yet. And it's just the stone tiling in blue on the roof. So up next, we're over here in Sparkling Skylands now. And you might recognize this building. I believe this building is meant to be Sabrina's gym. And when I first saw this, I thought it was really cool and I really wanted to reconstruct it. So I spent a long time imagining or like using the materials that were there and imagining like how it would look if it was like fully restored. And so I rebuilt the whole building kind of from how it looked. It was all like broken down, you know, half the ceiling is missing. There's a giant hole in the middle. Most of this is made with iron tiling, iron plating. It's a bit difficult to remember, but it was iron tiling, iron plating. The walls are using like the pop art walls, like these ones with the line on. This is pop art wall, the pop art floor, the pop art wall lower, I mean. And then this is also the pop art wall as well. Yeah, the upper part. The front definitely needs a bit of work, but I just put some flowers and a sign out there now and some of the big nuggets on the pedestals there. And then when you go inside, I've turned this into a game corner. I mean, I wanted to make it like the original game corner from Red and Blue, you know, as entirely I love Pokemon, I've been playing it for many years. So I wanted to like try to use a lot of inspiration from the other games. But the game corner is kind of boring. It's really just a few arcade machines and a counter. So I tried to use that as the inspiration and develop it a little bit. We've got like an entrance counter here. You can see there's a picture of Mr. Mime up there because I think, I might be wrong, Mr. Mime is maybe one of the Pokemon you can get as a prize from the game corner. A little tablet here, Pokeball lamp, mic for when they need to do some announcements. And then this is a little rest area. I was thinking about, you know, going to arcades in Tokyo, and they kind of have like the big like game centers. They'll often have a little space like this with some vending machines and some benches where you can sit and rest and relax for a little bit. So I was thinking of that. This is just some game arcade machines. I realize these are off now because I built some extra things around and I think there's not enough to power this whole room now. So I need to figure out the electricity situation. And then over here, I kind of constructed this like DDR thing. This was inspired by, there's one of the habitats, which is this one, the rhythmic living room, where it's like the TV speakers and then 4 music notes. This kind of gave me the idea of doing like a full DDR thing. So I just used the cube lights, DDR colors here. When I googled pictures, it was always like pink and blue, or a lot of them are pink and blue. A screen up there, you can see Ludicolo's doing the teaching us the dance moves, and then the audio equipment here. and the handles back here that you would hold on to. But yeah, I think it's kind of cute. I quite like this. I used to do a lot of DDR when I was a kid. So the floor is like the same pattern as it was. I just restored it. You can see it's like a row of, yeah, pink neon flooring and then yellow and then blue in the middle. So the thing that I really love in here is I have a door at the back that goes through out into an elevator. You take the elevator down and it brings you out. Oh, imagine this door was closed. It brings you out into a door. What could be in here? Oh my goodness. It's Team Rocket's secret base. Now, in the game, normally there is this sofa. This sofa, the plants, and then the Team Rocket sign are already there. So like that, I guess, was the idea that maybe there was a secret base down here. And so I wanted to build on that. I used the antique walls, the cushy walls, antique chandeliers, and then all the luxury items to design this room. The floor is the dark marble flooring, and then the extravagant carpet. These are luxury tables, luxury chairs, luxury sofa. I did move the Team Rocket sign up. For it to be a habitat, it would have to be one block lower, like right on top of the sofa. But I didn't really think that looked very good, so I have it a bit higher. A bunch of monitors around here. These are just regular office desks that I dyed with a red top and black underneath. And then a few other little knickknacks around, like books and papers and things like that. I put pictures of Pikachu on all the screens, as if the idea is, you know, Team Rocket's trying to find Pikachu. They're scouting his whereabouts. So there's a bunch of candid shots of Pikachu on all the screens. And that's mostly it. I did have Persian living in here before. You can see it says the pink tall grass habitat. There's grass underneath the table here. And I had Persian move in. But Persian can't seem to fit on, can't use any of this stuff. Can't fit on the chairs or the sofa. And Persian was not happy here. So I ended up designing. Originally, there was nothing in this corner. It was just, just had a plant there. I added a door into a little bedroom for Persian. So this one's really nothing special. Just a luxury bed, lamp, vanity, and then a few things that I thought Persian would like. Persian likes it cool, so I put the aircon in here. But now Persian is awesome, so I'm happy for her. But so that's the game center with the Team Rocket base underneath and then Persian's bedroom. Over here now in Bleak Beach, I have designed this little home. This is for Pawmi. Right now it's just Pawmi living here alone. I may move the other Pokemon in the evolution line to move in as well. Remember, it's just Pawmi's house, and I really wanted something very bright, like white stone and colorful to go in this space. This is like behind the Pokemon Center. There's kind of just, it's just a big empty space at the beginning, so I wanted to find something to put here. Downstairs, we just have a very cute little breezy, cool living room. So I've just used the box sofa. So I've just got the box sofa, TV. I really like the iron stand. Yeah, it's just the iron stand, dyed brown or yellow on top and then white underneath. And then all of these to match the iron table and chairs there as well. I've got some food there, the dining set, and then a little kitchen here with the microwave and a pot, and then a fan on the ceiling. This is made with the modern wall dyed white, and then this is the stylish tiling on the ground. And I often will put, if I don't use the mini generators, then I'll just put some stone underneath the door, because I always feel like it's nice to have a transition from like whatever the flooring is inside to outside, and I will often just use the stone tile for that. And then if you come outside and you go upstairs over here, you can see I've made a little rooftop kind of lounge area as well. This is pretty simple. It's just the deck chairs here. I used the glass window panels, glass window panes. And if you do it like this, if you build a row on top and then remove the row, then you can kind of make it look like a fence. You know what I mean? Like a kind of railing. So I really like this effect of just having the exposed glass at the top, the resort furniture there, and then on the roof, this is just made using the bridge planks. I made a little kind of shaded pergola area, put some moss and flowers and things on top of that. And then again, like I did at the cafe before, and then again, combining a simple, block color awning with a patterned awning. This is why it's so good to go and get the patterns from Vespiquen every day. and show them to Smeagol so that he learns them. I wasn't really doing that for a long time until it was pointed out to me that he can learn the patterns. So since then, I've been trying to collect every pattern from Vespiquen. I think I've got almost all of them now. I think there's a couple that I'm missing, but I think it's a nice way to create like a more interesting effect. But yeah, this is Pawmi's house. I did this one a couple of weeks ago, and I'm quite happy with it. But it doesn't really fit the vibe so much in the area, so I think I'm going to try to do a few more houses with this similar style, and then maybe it will fit in a little bit more. Okay, up next, I'm back here in the Withered Wasteland to show you my house. This is what I consider to be my main house. It's obviously the first one that I made in the story. And it's nothing special outside. I haven't really done any decorating out here yet. This is still a work in progress, very much the Withered Wasteland. But inside, this is what we've got. So I was really happy with this. This took a little while to put together. Currently, I've got Blossom and Mew living in here. Mew just because I love Mew, and Mew needed a place to be after I found Mew. And Blossom wasn't really I wasn't planning to have Blossom here, but the color scheme just really matched. Like the yellow and green really matched. So I had Blossom invited to move in. Over here, we've got like a living area. I've got the resort sofas with a pattern on. I really like the greenery on the pattern. I think matches like little plants around, some cushions, the soft mat. And then I used the bookcases to make a kind of a TV shelving unit with speakers up there and some little picture frames here on the sides. It's made with the pop art lamps, dyed yellow, hanging from the ceiling. Over here, we've got like a kitchen, all yellow themed, with the fridge, the cooker, the sink, and then the microwave over there. I used the wall mounted shelf, dyed into a darker wood color to make a little shelving unit up on top. With the cooking pot, like 2 cooking pots up there, as well as the tumbler, which I think you get from the Hop-Hip event. And I dyed that yellow as well, so it would fit. Over here, we've got a little kitchen dining space using the box sofas dyed yellow. There's the Greninja poster up there. And then these juice cartons is also from the Hop-Hip event. If you miss any of the events as well, like for the Hop-Hip event or the Sableye one, which is currently going on while I'm recording this video, you can just change your clock on your Switch to go back to those days and get the items that you need if you ever want more. Or you can take pictures and print them out. But it costs quite a lot of rare Pokemetal. So this is the pop art table. I've got the round rug there with a pattern on it. This is the Pokeball rug as well, dyed yellow. And then the towel rack over there. A few frames on the wall with some greenery inside as well, because I thought it would make a nice balance. And then this back wall here, I was quite proud of this. This is made using the wall partitions, or the interior, sorry. This is made using the interior partitions. So if you pan around, you can see they're just like sticking out basically. This is like 5 interior partitions. And I had the ones on the right side here pulled out a little bit forward, so that I could create this sort of indented, kitchen area here. And this is why it's so good to go and get the Vespiquen patterns, because I really like this one with Slowpoke. Is it Slowpoke or Slow? Oh, it's Slowbro. And Alolan Exeggutor on it. When I had started designing this room, I was not planning for it to be floral in any way. I really was planning to do like a beachy vibe. That was why I chose this accent wallpaper here. But it just as I go, as I build along, and I'm doing this on stream, and people make suggestions, and I think about things in different ways, and I just try to find different items that work. I end up changing my mind several times, and so this is what we came up with in the end. And I think it fits also really nicely for the Withered Wasteland, for a really sort of green and floral kind of theme. And then over in Bleak Beach, I'll do at some point a lot more nautical ocean resort vibe kind of place. I think that's about it for this room. I've really been enjoying doing the interior designs. The only problem I find is that there isn't really a whole lot of wallpapers in the game. There are some, but you can't place blocks, exterior blocks inside the house. And also with the wallpaper, you cannot dye individual walls separately. So if you want to make an accent wall, you have to use these interior partitions. and then put like one of the patterns or a color on it or something like that. So we're a bit limited in what you can do, but sometimes that's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite fun, like having to figure out what you can do with what you've got. But yeah, that's it for this room, I think. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around this far, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the builds or what you'd like to see in the future. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.